In this presentation, we will discuss the effects of litigation with regards to an audit engagement and the concept of independence. Commencement of litigation by management alleging deficiencies in audit work for the entity would generally impair independence. So obviously, if we're auditing a firm or we're going to be engaged to audit a firm, and the firm is engaging in some litigation against the audit firm with regards to the work related to the audit, that would impair independence. If we're going to go through the audit process in the future, we have a problem here with regards to this pending litigation that would impair independence. Even a situation where there's expressed intent on the part of management to start litigation against the CPA firm, even if management has not started any litigation, if there's intent by management to start the litigation against the CPA firm, that could be a problem. So expressed intent on the part of management to start litigation against the CPA firm alleging deficiencies in audit work could also impair independence if the auditor feels that it is probable that a claim will be filed. So if we're going to say, okay, they're kind of threatening to have a claim here, if we feel that that's probable that they may file that claim, again, problem with independence with regards to going through an audit process because of this situation. Because of course, if we think about a lawsuit, if the lawsuit is going to go in place, that can be thought of as a kind of threat or a kind of potential liability in the future. So someone is obviously threatening to sue you or have litigation against you with regards to work that was done in the past or deficiencies of work. That could result, they're basically saying we're going to want some type of compensation. That's what a litigation lawsuit basically does in the future. And that if that would put pressure on the CPA firm possibly to have a favorable opinion in order for the litigation to go away, and that wouldn't cause independence to be a problem. So if there's going to be a threatened litigation involved, obviously we don't want the audit, another audit, to be in the middle of the threatening litigation. You got to basically, if that's going to be the case, then the litigation needs to go through, and the auditor would not want to be involved in an audit during that process because, of course, it would compromise independence. And again, you can just see, just from a logical standpoint, these rules kind of make sense because if you're an outside individual and you're looking at the independence of the audit, even if the auditor did the best job they could have, and they said, hey, they were threatening to sue us, but we did the best job we could, and we looked at everything, we were very thorough, and we gave a favorable opinion. If someone else looks at that, they're going to say, well, you only gave a favorable opinion because they're threatening to sue you, which would cost you a lot of money, and that would obviously be a problem with independence. There's nothing the auditor can do about that appearance with the diligence of their work. All they can do is basically say, independence is a problem, therefore, disengage from that type of situation. Commencement of litigation by the CPA against the management alleging management fraud or deceit would generally impair independence. So obviously, if the CPA firm was going to engage in litigation against management with relation to fraud or deceit, then you wouldn't want to be going forward with another audit in that process. And that would obvious even past the point of independence. Obviously, it could be a violation of independence, but if there's a situation where you suspect a lack of integrity in upper management within the organization that you're auditing, then that's typically part of the planning process or the thinking about whether or not you want to continue with an engagement process, to think about the integrity of management. And if you think that there's lack of it, then you wouldn't really want to proceed with the engagement in any case.